Atlanta Falcons fans, Georgia Bulldogs fans, NFL fans, welcome American football fans. My name is Patrick Seals, and we sitting here after a beautiful win that our rookie quarterback done started today. 34-7, beautiful day. New York Giants took another L. They took their 10th consecutive L on the season. It is their most consecutive losses they've ever had in their franchise history, and they are a 100-year-old franchise. Let that sink in for a moment. But we're not here to talk about no New York Giants. We talking about them dirty birds. You know what I'm talking about? We here to talk about Michael Penix Jr., Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Ray Micheal, Darnell Mooney, Jesse Bates. We're here to talk about some Atlanta Falcons football. So, as you know, Kirk Cousins was formally put on the bench by head coach Raheem Morris earlier last week, and he named Michael Penix Jr. as the starter. Michael Penix Jr. has been taking reps with the ones all week last week, and he came in here ready to play some football. You know what I'm talking about? He came in here ready to play some football. Michael Penix Jr. had 18 completions for 27 attempts. He had 202 yards passing. He was averaging 7.5 yards a throw. No touchdowns, one interception courtesy of one bust, Kyle Pitts. No sacks, and he had a QBR rating of 73.4. Right off the bat, Michael Penix Jr. played a whole lot better than Kirk Cousins has been playing in the past 5 months. Granted, he has the same amount of touchdowns, well, no, -1, that Kirk Cousins has. Every throw that Michael Penix Jr. had a little zip on it, had a little extra sizzle on it. You can hear the ball whistling through the air as it sliced through the air in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium as it found its way to a nearby receiver's hands. This is what the Atlanta Falcons are in store for. This is it. We should have started him a couple games back against maybe the Minnesota Vikings or the LA Chargers, But we can't dwell on that right now. We just got to look to the future and see what we got to do now. The New York Giants are a dismal team who can't get anything going at the moment. They had one touchdown that pretty much was their entire offensive production. Our defense just lacked communication on that part. When it came to that touchdown, they gave up an easy touchdown. But after that, everything else was just fair game for the Atlanta Falcons. Drew Lock threw 2 pick sixes. Count them, 1-2 pick sixes. He threw one to Jesse Bates and the other one to Matthew Judon. And that was all she wrote for the New York Giants. Everything else was Atlanta Falcons from here on out. Bijan Robinson had over 100 yards all-purpose today. He went over 1,000 rushing yards today. Kyle Pitts, of course, is the reason why Michael Penix Jr. has an interception on the day. The bust that needs to be traded immediately. Dropped the pass that bounced right off his face, hands, and chest into a New York Giants defender that ultimately caused Drake London to get into a little scuffle before the end of the half. Kyle Pitts, I don't know. There's no more you can say about him. He's just a player who is an enigma at this point. He's an enigma. You consider him a bust, but I would like to say that his career has taken a downward spiral ever since he had the MCL injury in his second year against the Chicago Bears. He hasn't played to his full capabilities. He has a quarterback who can put the ball right in his hands, but he continues to let him down. And it wasn't just Kyle Pitts. Drake London had a drop. Ray Micheal had a drop. I'm bringing my girlfriend to Pound Town, right? Okay, that's inappropriate. A left-handed quarterback throwing the ball is just impossible right off the bat to adjust to that type of throw. But granted, after a full week of practice and another full week of practice coming up to prepare for the Washington Commanders, I feel like all the wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends should be able to catch the passes coming from Michael Penix Jr. because he's a left-handed quarterback. It's a different spin on the ball compared to Kirk Cousins, who's a right-handed quarterback. The ball spins tightly to the left with Michael Penix Jr., so it's a different way of catching the ball, and it's a different adjustment when it comes to doing so. So I expect everybody to be in full acclimation mode and no more drop passes for McLeod, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, because you see what could happen. It could cause an interception, a turnover in the red zone, and that's disastrous. That's what you don't want to have. You don't want to have an asterisk next to the quarterback's name for interception because there's no reason for him to have an interception this early in his career. There's no reason, Kyle Pitts. It bounced right off your face mask. Catch the ball, take it into the end zone, do your job, do what you're told to do. Defense rolled today. Defense absolutely rolled. 3 sacks, 3 tackles for losses, 2 interceptions, Both of them taken back for touchdowns. If you had the Atlanta Falcons in your fantasy draft today, you probably won your matchup just by their defense, because this is what we've been expecting all season from the Atlanta Falcons. Granted, they only had 10 sacks, as the announcer said a couple weeks ago. Now they have 26 total sacks on the season, still dead last in the NFL. But we see the future being bright for us. Of course, we got off to a late start when it came to these sacks, but now we're able to generate pressure and move the pocket a little bit. I'm excited to see what this team does in the future, man, because as you know, we've needed defense for a very long time. We probably need to draft a defensive player in the first round this coming draft, but it's starting to come along. This is exactly what you want to see. Interceptions, defensive sacks, pressure with just the generated three. The 3 or the 4 down linemen generating pressure. Sometimes I did see 5 linemen coming, but that's what you want to see, especially against a quarterback like Drew Lock. Drew Lock isn't the best quarterback in the NFL. He isn't going to light up anybody's scoreboard, so we want to see him get on the ground like that. This is just an all-around game that you would want to see for the Atlanta Falcons. A good warm-up game for Michael Penix Jr. to get him acclimated to the NFL speed. Next week, we take on the Washington Commanders, a whole different ball game compared to the New York Giants, because the Giants, they just were dismal. Just couldn't get out of their own ways. Pre-snap penalties, holding calls, false starts. Anytime they had something good going, illegal motion. They had a total 10 penalties for 85 yards. Not a good day to be a New York Giants fan, but I'm not a New York Giants fan. I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan, and it's a good day to be one of the good guys. So we will see what happens when rookie versus rookie goes up against each other. Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix Jr. in primetime Sunday Night Football for a spot in the playoffs. We're not fighting for a spot just yet, but we're hoping that Tampa Bay loses against the against the Cowboys tonight, and the Atlanta Falcons can get that final spot, get that NFC spot. I have no more to say. Congratulations to the Atlanta Falcons. Congratulations to Michael Penix Jr. for getting the first win on your career. A clean, smooth game. Clean, smooth game. Exactly what you want to see from your rookie quarterback making his first start against a dismal Giants defense. If I have to rate this game, my level of rating have to be like at a 3, just for that interception that Kyle Pitts caused and for giving up that first touchdown to the New York Giants. I've been Patrick Seals. Y'all like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think about the game, because I thought it was phenomenal. I want to see more of this next week and the last game of the season against the Panthers. Other than that, I thank y'all for following me, sharing with me on this journey, on this content, man. I will see y'all next week. I'm out. Peace. Adios.